Hello, I'm Michael Browning, the clinical director for the Whitestone Clinic. And this little video is just an introduction for you as a potential new member of what we call the holding group. The holding group is a group that meets twice a week for about a half an hour, 20 minutes or so on lunchtime on Tuesdays and Thursdays. There might be other groups in the future. And this point of the meeting is to begin sort of cutting your teeth on participating in a group atmosphere because you're preparing for a program that's much more intensive and comprehensive, and you need to get into the use or practice of being in a group setting that's therapeutic. Now, a couple of basic things you want to know right off the bat. So these are things you want to come in prepared for or being more prepared for, is that when you're checking in, everybody at the very beginning does a very popcorn style just check in. There's a bit of a random order, but everybody says something. So you're going to basically say your name, just a first name. You're going to then identify, what you're struggling with, not in great detail. Okay, say it might be like, "Hi, I'm Michael, and I struggle with pornography use," or something like that. And then you're going to identify your stone count, which I'll explain very briefly here, but you'll get more explanation later. A white stone, which is the name of the clinic, is a sign of victory. It's a symbol of victory. So it means that you had a day where there were no problems. You did great. Okay. A black stone is a day where you crossed a line into doing the behavior you said you wouldn't be doing. Okay. It's compulsive, secretive, and so on. A gray stone is basically a white stone. Okay. So you didn't act out, but you perceive it is such a rough day, you don't want to call it a white stone. It's a struggle day. Okay. So white stone, gray stone, black stone. So you'll say, since our last meeting, maybe there's 2-3 days, I have 2 white stones, 1 gray stone, or something like that. Okay, so everyone checks in with stones. After that, you might alert people to the craziness level of your life. Now, right now, it's a Likert scale, which means it's just like 1 out of 7. And so you'd say, on a scale of 7, my life's pretty crazy right now. It's like 5, maybe 6. Say 6, yeah, 6 would be. Okay, then 6 it is. No, that's really crazy, right? You want to be closer to like 2 or 3. The other thing is you'll say, well, my functioning level. So this is like how you feel like you're able to operate, carry out your main tasks and responsibilities. And so you might say, well, actually, I'm still doing pretty good. I've got a 6 for functioning. Well, that's pretty good because you have a 6 that's equal in craziness with functioning. Where we get concerned is when the functioning is much lower than the craziness level. So let's say I'm having a really rough day, but in the last few days, let's say, and now I'm thinking I'm not doing very well, right? So I might say, I have a craziness of 6, PCI of 6, and functioning of 4, right? So then we'd be alerted that there might be some struggle, okay? And so those are the main ones you're going to be reporting in. Now, with that, we usually ask if you're holding any resentments, okay? So you can report, I feel resentment towards my spouse or resentment towards my boss or whatever, right? And resentment's the reason we track it is just because it's a pre-sign of a possible relapse, okay? Because the more we hold on to resentments and anger, the more justified we feel in going to act out again, all right? The other thing that we look at is it's not just resentments, but we want to end with something positive. So we'll say validation, okay? So what's a validation? Well, I'm here. I keep fighting. I'm not perfect, but I'm trying. Things like that. So you need about 2 validations, okay? And that's usually the typical check-in. Some of you are going to be doing some more advanced check-ins, which you'll see other videos about regarding personal values and other things like that. But that's for the holding group purposes, that's the main thing you're reporting. All right. Hope that makes sense to you. Remember, when you're coming to a group of people who understand. They're all struggling. Okay. Some of them have really good streaks of victory already starting. Some of them are slipping quite often, but we're all on the same mission and we're supporting one another in that mission. So take the courage to come aboard. We'll see you in the next holding group.